The galaxy had learned to fear Darth Vader. His footsteps echoed through the corridors of the Empire, carrying the weight of 1,000 broken worlds. For 19 long years, he had let the darkness carry him forward because there was simply nothing left to go back to. Or so he believed. It happened on a routine mission to the Outer Rim, a decommissioned Imperial research station, cold, silent, and buried beneath layers of forgotten history. Vader was there for classified weapons schematics. Nothing more, nothing personal. Then, a corrupted terminal flickered to life on its own. A deep archive file began recovering itself, sealed behind 3 layers of Imperial encryption, and flagged with the highest classification code in the Imperial network. Someone had hidden this deliberately. Someone with real power. And something they desperately needed to keep buried. Vader almost walked past it. Almost. The header read, Subject Amidala, Padme. Medical assessment. Post-delivery. Classification. Imperial eyes only. His breathing slowed. He opened it. The report had been written by the same 2 senior medics who had treated Padme at the Polis Massa medical facility on the night she died. Their findings were cold, clinical, and absolutely devastating. According to their recorded data, Padme's injuries were not fatal. Her body had sustained serious damage, but it was survivable. With proper treatment applied in time, she should have lived. Vader read the line again, then again. She had the will to live. The report confirmed it clearly. Her vital signs had been strong enough. A full treatment protocol was prepared and ready. But the order came down from high command, stand down. Let her go. No author was listed on the order. Vader didn't need one. He crushed the terminal beneath his fist, and for the first time in 19 years, the lie had been perfect. Palpatine had told him on the floor of the Mustafar surgical suite, in those first terrible moments inside the armor, that Vader's own rage had killed Padme, that the forced choke on Mustafar had done the damage, that she died because of him, and Vader had believed it. Every single day. For 19 years. But the medical report told a different story. Vader moved through the station's dark corridors, pulling every file connected to that night. Pause. One by one, the records loaded. The timeline became clear. Padme had been alive when she reached Polis Massa. Her vital signs were stable. The medics had confirmed no fatal internal injuries. The forced choke had caused distress, but not death. She had survived Mustafar. She had survived him. That meant only one thing. Someone else had chosen to let her die. Vader tore through the encrypted layers of the archive, cross-referencing Imperial medical orders, routing codes, command signatures. The deeper he went, the colder the picture became. The stand-down order had been routed through a private Imperial command channel, one that only existed at the very top of the chain. One that only Palpatine controlled. The Emperor had watched the medics prepare to save her. He had seen the treatment protocol ready to go. And he had quietly, deliberately, said no. Not out of carelessness, not by mistake. This had been a calculated decision, on purpose. Palpatine had let Padme die because a grieving, broken Vader was far more useful than a healed, hopeful Anakin Skywalker ever could be. The truth landed like a blade. He had given everything his name, his face, his soul, to a man who had stolen the one reason he had left to live. And that man was still sitting on the throne. Padme had believed love could save Anakin from the darkness. She was wrong. On the cold landing platform of Mustafar, the wind carried ash across the broken city. Anakin Skywalker stood before her, eyes burning with the fire of the dark side. Padme stepped closer, refusing to fear him. "Anakin," she said softly. "This isn't you." For a moment his expression trembled. The man she loved fought beneath the mask of power. The dark side promised him control, strength, the power to stop death. But every promise carried poison. He reached out with the Force. Padme gasped as invisible pressure closed around her throat. Not anger, not rage, fear. Anakin was terrified of losing her, and that fear made him stronger in the dark side. Obi-Wan Kenobi watched from the ramp of the ship, horror filling his eyes. "Anakin, stop!" he shouted. But the warning came too late. Padme collapsed to the ground, breath fading. The Force slipped from Anakin's grip as panic replaced power. "No, Padme, wake up!" He knelt beside her, shaking hands pressing against her shoulders. The dark side had promised it would save her, Instead, it had taken the last light from his life. Obi-Wan stepped forward, grief turning into resolve. Force, this is what you've become, Anakin. The words cut deeper than any blade. Anakin looked down at Padme's still body. Silence spread across Mustafar. Then something inside him broke. The man named Anakin Skywalker vanished beneath the shadow of Darth Vader, and as Obi-Wan ignited his lightsaber, the flames of Mustafar reflected in Vader's burning eyes. The final duel of brothers was about to begin tonight on Mustafar, while the galaxy unknowingly drifted toward a far darker future than anyone had imagined. Before this tragic moment changed everything forever, across the stars of the Republic. The fires of Mustafar burned through the night. Lava cracked across the black ground as two blades of light clashed again and again. Blue and red flashed through the smoke like lightning in a storm. Obi-Wan Kenobi fought with pain in his heart. Anakin, no. Vader fought with rage. You did this, Vader roared, striking harder with every swing. Obi-Wan blocked the attack, sliding back along the burning platform. You chose this path, Anakin. Those words struck deeper than the lightsaber. For a moment, the fight slowed. Vader's eyes moved to Padme's motionless body lying near the landing pad. Something twisted inside him. Fear, loss, and then doubt. The Emperor had promised him power over death. He had promised the dark side could save Padme. But she was gone. Vader's breathing grew heavy. What if? He whispered under his breath. Obi-Wan felt the shift in the Force. Something dangerous was changing inside his former apprentice. Far away, aboard a hidden command ship, Emperor Palpatine smiled as he felt the battle through the everything was unfolding exactly as he planned. But on Mustafar, Vader's mind raced. Every step that led him here, every betrayal, every death, the Jedi, the Republic, Padme, all of it traced back to one voice whispering in his ear, the Emperor. Suddenly, Vader stopped attacking. Obi-Wan raised his blade carefully, confused. Anakin? Vader slowly lowered his lightsaber. His mind burned with one terrifying realization. The dark side had not saved Padme. It had taken her, and the man who led him into that darkness still lived. Vader turned his head toward the stars above Mustafar, toward Coruscant, toward the Emperor. His red blade ignited again with a violent snap. But this time, it wasn't meant for Obi-Wan. It was meant for the Master who had just made the greatest mistake of his life. Far above the burning world of Mustafar, the dark side trembled. Emperor Palpatine stood alone inside his command chamber on Coruscant. His yellow eyes narrowed as a sudden disturbance rippled through the Force. Something inside his new apprentice had changed. Vader's grief was no longer simple pain. It was becoming something far more dangerous. Doubt. Palpatine closed his eyes and reached out through the Force. His presence moved like a shadow across the stars until it touched the mind of Darth Vader. Lord Vader, the Emperor's voice echoed cold and sharp. Release your anger. Focus on your purpose. On Mustafar, Vader froze. The voice crawled into his mind like poison. For years, Palpatine had guided him, whispered to him, shaped every step that led to this moment. But now the truth burned through Vader's thoughts. Padme was gone. The promise had been a lie. You said the dark side could save her, Vader said quietly. Across the galaxy, Palpatine smiled thinly. And it still can, if you remain loyal. But Vader felt something new rising inside him. Not the wild rage of the dark side, something colder, something clearer. Understanding. You turned me against everyone, Vader said slowly. The Jedi, the Republic, even her. Palpatine's expression hardened. The Emperor pushed harder through the Force, trying to crush the rebellion forming in Vader's mind. You belong to me, Lord Vader. Pain exploded through Vader's skull as the Emperor attacked his thoughts, but Vader did not kneel. Instead, his grip tightened on his lightsaber. For the first time since becoming Darth Vader, he resisted. And far across the galaxy, Palpatine suddenly realized something that had not happened in decades. His apprentice was no longer afraid of him. On Mustafar, Vader lifted his head slowly. Then you will have to kill me, Master. And for the first time, the Emperor considered exactly that. The fires of Mustafar slowly faded behind him. Darth Vader stood alone beside his starfighter. The red glow of lava reflected across his black armor as silence settled over the broken world. Padme was gone. The Emperor had lied, and the empire he helped build suddenly felt like a prison. For the first time since he fell to the dark side, Vader felt something strange in the Force, a faint echo. Two small lights flickering somewhere in the vast darkness of the galaxy. He closed his eyes. The feeling returned again. Weak, but alive. Vader's breathing slowed inside the mask. Padme had died believing there was still good in him. That memory now burned inside his mind like a quiet fire. But something else troubled him. Her final words, "There is still good in him." Obi-Wan had heard those words too. And Obi-Wan was still alive. Vader's eyes opened slowly. If anyone knew the truth about Padme's final moments, it was his former master. Across the galaxy, Obi-Wan Kenobi guided a small starship through deep space. Beside him, Senator Bail Organa held a newborn child wrapped in soft blankets. Another ship moved in the opposite direction. Inside it, a second child slept peacefully. The twins had been hidden, separated, protected from the shadow of their father. But the Force had already begun to whisper their existence. Back on Mustafar, Vader stepped toward his starfighter. The Empire believed he still served the Emperor. Palpatine believed he still controlled his apprentice. Both were wrong. Vader climbed into the cockpit and powered the engines. He was no longer hunting Jedi. He was hunting the truth. And somewhere across the galaxy, two children had just become the most important targets in Darth Vader's life. The hunt for his own blood had begun. Years passed across the galaxy. The Empire grew stronger with every passing season. Star destroyers filled the skies of countless worlds. The Emperor ruled from the shadows of Coruscant, believing his greatest weapon still served him. But Darth Vader had vanished. Rumors spread through the Imperial ranks. Some said the Emperor sent him on secret missions. Others whispered that the Dark Lord had turned against the throne itself. Only one thing was certain. Vader was hunting something. Far away, on the desert world of Tatooine, a young boy stood outside a small moisture farm. The hot wind pushed sand across the endless dunes. Luke Skywalker stared up at the stars. He often felt something strange when he looked into the night sky. A pull he could not explain. Nearby, Obi-Wan Kenobi watched quietly from a distant ridge. He had protected the boy for years. But deep inside the Force, a storm was rising. Across the galaxy on Alderaan, Princess Leia Organa walked through the bright halls of her father's palace. She carried the calm strength of a leader far beyond her years. Yet she too felt something strange. A distant presence. Watching. Searching. Then one night, the sky above Alderaan darkened. A single Imperial starship dropped out of hyperspace. Inside its cockpit, a black figure sat in silence. Darth Vader. His search had finally ended. The Force had guided him across years of shadows and lies, until the truth stood before him. Two powerful lights burned in the Force. Twins. His children. Vader stepped off the landing ramp as alarms echoed through the palace halls. Guards rushed forward, blasters raised. His red lightsaber ignited with a sharp snap, and as Leia turned the corner and froze at the sight of the dark figure waiting for her, Darth Vader finally looked upon the daughter he had unknowingly hunted his entire life. The red blade hummed in the quiet hallway. Princess Leia stood frozen as the towering black figure stepped closer. Imperial guards lay scattered across the polished floor. Smoke drifted through the air. Darth Vader stopped a few steps away from her. For a long moment, neither spoke. Leia felt something strange pressing against her mind. It was powerful, but not hateful. It felt almost like a storm struggling to calm itself. "Who are you?" she demanded, forcing courage into her voice. Behind the mask, Vader's breathing echoed slowly. He had imagined this moment for years. The Force had led him here, across half the galaxy, through lies, war, and death. But now that he stood before her, the truth felt heavier than any blade. "You are strong in the Force," Vader said quietly. Leia's eyes narrowed. "I don't know what you're talking about." Far away on Tatooine, Luke Skywalker suddenly stopped in the middle of his work beneath the twin suns. A strange wave passed through him. Something had changed. Back on Alderaan, Vader slowly lowered his lightsaber. The weapon deactivated with a sharp hiss. For the first time in many years, he spoke words he never thought he would say again. My name was Anakin Skywalker. Leia's breath caught. The name was legendary. A hero of the Clone Wars. A Jedi Knight who had vanished when the Empire rose. But the man standing before her was Darth Vader. You destroyed the Jedi, she said. You serve the Emperor. The words struck like blaster fire. Inside the armor, something old and wounded finally stirred again. Anakin Skywalker. But redemption in the Force does not erase the past. Across the galaxy, millions still feared the name Darth Vader. And far away on Coruscant, Emperor Palpatine suddenly smiled, because he had just felt something he had been waiting for. His lost apprentice had finally revealed himself. The message arrived only hours after Vader revealed the truth to Leia. A cold voice echoed through every Imperial channel. Lord Vader, return to Coruscant. The order carried the weight of absolute authority. Emperor Palpatine had been waiting for this moment. Inside the palace on Alderaan, Vader stood silently near a tall window overlooking the shining city. Leia watched him carefully from across the room, surrounded by nervous guards who kept their distance. Neither side trusted the other, but both felt the truth inside the Force.
You said you were my father?
Leia said quietly. Vader did not turn. His reflection stared back at him through the glass. Yes. The word felt heavy. Leia crossed her arms. Then why did you come here with a lightsaber? A long pause followed. Because for many years, I was lost. Far away on Tatooine, Luke Skywalker watched the sunset over the dunes. Obi-Wan Kenobi stood beside him, sensing the same disturbance in the Force. It's time, Obi-Wan said softly. Luke frowned. Time for what? But Obi-Wan already knew. The final conflict had begun. Back on Alderaan, Vader activated a small hologram projector. The blue image of Emperor Palpatine appeared in the air. The Emperor's thin smile looked calm, but his eyes burned with dark power. My apprentice, Palpatine said slowly. You have been very difficult to find. Leia stepped back as the hologram turned toward her. Ah, the daughter. Vader's cape shifted as he stepped forward. You lied to me, Vader said. Palpatine laughed softly. My dear boy, lies are simply tools. The Emperor raised a thin finger. Bring the girl to Coruscant. The boy will come as well. The Force binds the twins together. Leia's eyes widened. Luke? Palpatine nodded slowly. Yes, the son you have not yet met. Vader's fists tightened. The Emperor's voice dropped into a cold whisper. Together, they will become powerful, strong enough to replace you. Silence filled the room. Palpatine leaned closer to the hologram. Bring them to me, or I will hunt them myself. The transmission ended. Leia stared at Vader in shock. You would never take us to him. Vader stood motionless. For years he had served the Emperor without question. For years he believed power was the only path left to him. But now everything had changed. Padme's children were alive. The last part of her still existed in the galaxy, and the Emperor wanted them. Vader slowly turned toward Leia. You are right, he said. Then he reached for the controls of his ship. Engines began to power up outside the palace landing platform. Leia felt the Force shift again. But this time, something unexpected was happening. Darth Vader was not flying toward Coruscant. He was flying toward Tatooine, toward Luke, toward the son who had no idea his father and the Emperor were both coming for him.